You know, guys, every time when we say that the mainstream media is the enemy of the people, this is exactly what we talk about.
To start this kind of program, and also, do you not think that your actions are xenophobic?
That's the very reason why we started this movement, because we are tired of being labeled as xenophobic every time we're trying to do the right thing for our country. And the fact that we keep being called xenophobic has made a lot of South Africans to sit back and be fearsome of what's going to follow. The
Exactly.
international world is going to say, oh my God, South Africans are xenophobic. And we know for a fact we're not xenophobic. We can't be living with these people for so many years. And now, when we're saying it's too much, it's enough, we are told that we're xenophobic.
You know, guys, I don't want to lie. I'm happy that South Africans are starting to stand up for themselves. I'm happy that the people are no longer intimidated by the word xenophobic. I mean, initially it was easy for the politicians and the NGOs and organizations like the South African Human Rights Commission to silence South Africans. As soon as the people would express their dissatisfaction about anything that has to do with the illegal immigrants, you would see the politicians and the NGOs on the mainstream media calling people xenophobic, and South Africans would fold. But not anymore. Not anymore. South Africans have had enough. They have had enough, and they are not going to allow the politicians to destroy their country and being told they are xenophobic as soon as they try to express their dissatisfaction about the nonsense that is happening.
To start this kind of program, and also, do you not think that your actions are xenophobic?
And to call South Africans xenophobic, it is an insult, man. You look at our countrymen. I would actually argue that South Africa is the most diverse country in the world. I would actually argue that. But when South African says that we don't want to pay for the shelter, we don't want to pay for the security and the healthcare of the people that are not even supposed to be in this country, they are called xenophobic. When South African says that the ANC is talking nonsense by saying the children of illegal immigrants must be admitted in schools without providing documentations, while South African parents are being forced to provide documentations, South Africans are called xenophobic. It is nonsense, and we cannot take it anymore. And now this is an insult to us as South Africans to call us xenophobic when we live in such a diverse country. It is an insult to us, and we cannot take it anymore. Enough is enough.
To start this kind of program, and also, do you not think that your actions are xenophobic?
That's the very reason why we started this movement, because we are tired of being labeled as xenophobic every time we're trying to do the right thing for our country. And the fact that we keep being called xenophobic has made a lot of South Africans to sit back and be fearsome of what's going to follow. The international world is going to say, oh my God, South Africans are xenophobic. And we know for a fact we're not xenophobic. We can't be living with these people for so many years. And now, when we're saying it's too much, it's enough, we are told that we're xenophobic. People who are from outside of South Africa do not respect our laws. They don't respect our country. They don't respect us as South Africans. We see them tormenting us on social media all the time. We see them creating spaces like this where we are the ones that are scared to walk into those places.
No, we are not only scared to walk in those spaces. We are told that we are not welcome in those spaces. There are spaces right now in this country where you, as an average South African, you cannot enter there. You cannot enter there. How many Lagos do we have in South Africa? There are so many Lagoses everywhere you go. You will find a place where they call it like this is Lagos, like Nigerians, like they run this place. They run this place. And you, as a South African, you have to understand that you cannot even pass by there. And we have to accept it. We have to accept everything that is happening in this country. We have to accept the ANC destroying the borders and telling South Africans that no, if you guys protest, you're gonna make us look bad in front of the international friends, in front of our international friends. They've destroyed the borders, and they don't want people to say anything about the fact that they have destroyed the borders. I remember Thabo Mbeki. Thabo Mbeki, a president of this country who has actually presided over the destruction of the borders. A couple of days ago, he did an interview with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and he said that there's absolutely no way that South Africans can stop the people from coming in. You were the president of the country. You had the power to actually make sure that the people that are coming in this country, they come through the proper channels. But no, you were the president of the African National Congress. Open borders. Everybody come in. Now that the situation is bad, you are telling South Africans that there's absolutely no way that you're going to stop the people from coming in the country. It is madness, man. It is madness. You look at where these politicians live. These people, they live in mansions that has high walls. They have high walls, but they are advocating for average South Africans to accommodate the people that they don't even know where they come from. And when those people commit crimes in their communities, those people cannot even be held accountable because nobody knows who these people are. But all of these things, they are advocated by the politicians that lives in the gated communities where there are high walls and electric fences. But they expect you as an average South African to actually accommodate these people. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Because they want those places to be comfortable for themselves.
Well, there's been this assertion that, undocumented, particularly African migrants, are behind crime in this country. Do you have statistics that can back up that claim?
Yeah, well, the Hawks had a press briefing, and I can show you the video.
And I hate this notion that we as South Africans can be told what to protest. Some of these people and the mainstream media, they will say that no, South Africans are idiotic to blame the crime on illegal immigration. Why South Africans are protesting illegal immigration instead of them protecting the government or whatever. We can protest whatever that we want in this country. And if we have decided that we are going to protest the issue of illegal immigration, this is what we are going to do. We are not going to be told what to protest in this country. They love saying that, you guys, you have this tendency of blaming all the crime in this country on illegal immigrants. Nobody has actually said that only illegal immigrants are committing crimes in this country. But as South Africans, as the taxpayers in this country, people are feeling disgusted with the fact that they have to pay to even take care of the people that are not even supposed to be in this country. South Africans can protest whatever that they want. They can protest whatever that they want. We are not going to allow the media or the politicians to actually set the agenda for this country. The people can protest whatever that they want. Everybody protests whatever that they think it is important at that time. I mean, just like right now, we know that there is a huge march that is coming for gender-based violence. You cannot say that, no, you guys cannot march for gender-based violence when men are being killed, when such crimes are happening. People can protest whatever that they want. When Liam Jacobs decides to go to Cape Town to protest and says that colored lives matter, and we're going to go out and protest as the colored communities because we feel like we have been neglected, we feel like we have not been protected, especially by the government, we're going to go out and protest. Nobody can say, no, Liam Jacobs, you and the colored communities must not protest because we are also affected by crime. Everybody can protest whatever that they want. And if there are those people in this country who feel that it is a need right now, we feel like we need to protest this issue of illegal immigration, they can do that. They can do that.
Video where they confirm that 60% of all organized crime in the country is done by illegal immigrants. And we recently saw a letter from the Minister Jacinda Ngobese, who was confirming that most of these drug cartels are run by Nigerians. 6 of the 9 provinces have kingpins that are from Nigeria. And that's exactly why we're here, because here is a place that's called Lagos now, which is Point Road in Durban. It's known as a place that's called Nigeria now because there's so many Nigerians and other nationalities living here. They do drugs in front of everyone, in broad daylight, in front of the police station. Yeah, definitely. Because they're so brazen, they don't care. They bribe our police officers. And we told them this right in their faces. We told them, we know you're taking bribes. And so many incidents have happened after that where police were actually even asking bribes. And there's one of the people who was bribed today who went and opened a case from the very same police. So we're tired of this because it means that we now are not safe in our own country because we've got people walking in and out of the border because our government doesn't seem to see it as a problem that our borders are just open and anyone can walk in. And then they come and live in our communities. They evict people who are South Africans. They take over these spaces. They take over tuck shops. You show all those shops.
But South African laws allow them to do that.
No, they don't.
Just listen to that lady. She says that South African laws allows them to do that.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
The fact that people do not get arrested once they have committed a crime. The fact that they are let go, it
That's not
means
because
that
the
they
law allows
believe
them.
that they can be a law unto themselves.
Can I make you an example so that you...
What? What? Did you guys hear what this lady just said? What kind of nonsense is this?
Do that.
No,
It's
they
not-
don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
The
Which
fact
law?
that people do not get arrested once they have committed a crime, the fact that they are let go, it
That's not
means
because
that
the
they
law
believe.
I mean, like, she's coming with her BBC ignorance, coming here that, yeah, the fact that people do not get arrested, it means that, like, there's nothing wrong with what they are doing. They literally just told you that these people are bribing the police, and this is the reason why they are not being arrested. And you say that, no, the fact that they are not being arrested, it means that it is okay for them to do that.
Believe that they can be a law
Can
unto themselves.
I make you an example so that you know that the law doesn't allow them? Recently,
I mean, the fact that you are not being arrested as a drug dealer, it means that there is a law that actually allows you to be a drug dealer. This is essentially what she'd say. And it is nonsense.
Law
can
unto
I
themselves.
make you an example so that you know that the law doesn't allow them? Recently, now, the court ruled that Johannesburg precinct South Africans, the bylaws need to be enforced, and those bylaws say it's South Africans that are supposed to be trading. But do you know that majority of the people that were trading there were foreigners? It's only now that South Africans are saying we're tired of our laws not being respected, that they're actually enforcing those bylaws and removing people who are not South African. Our laws do not allow for people who are undocumented to live in buildings. Our laws do not allow for people who are undocumented to run businesses and open the streets. They don't allow that. But you know, if you go and tell the police what they're going to tell you, we don't have the capacity. Because that's what our police tell us all the time when we are trying to fight the crimes and the illegal activities that are going on in this country. They tell us they don't have the capacity.
That's just.
Whew, what a master class, man. What a master class. And guys, I don't know, you know, when it comes to the issue of illegal, when it comes to the issue of the mainstream media, I remember last year before the elections, I did say that I am frustrated with the political parties in this country because they are not seeing this as a crisis. A lot of South Africans cannot afford to be on the internet, meaning that the people cannot see the truth. Majority of the people in this country who consume the news, they rely on the mainstream media, but then it has been proven time and time again that the mainstream media simply lies to the people of this country. But I have not seen a single politician fighting for the people of this country to have the access to the internet so that the people can have the access to the information. It's almost as if these political parties also wants to take advantage of the fact that majority of South Africans are actually stopped from seeing the real news. It is sad, man. It is sad. Like every time when I think about the fact that majority of the people in this country cannot even afford to be on the internet, it is sad, man. It is sad. I mean, can you just imagine, even with the issue of unemployment rate, if you give enough people the access to the internet, the people would actually make a way for themselves. But the politicians in this country, they don't see this issue as a crisis. They don't see it as a crisis. They simply want to capitalize, just like with the ANC. And this is the argument that I also made about the political education. That the reason why political parties are not actually embarking on the political education to educate the people, to make them understand what actually it means, what does it mean to vote. And if you vote for Thomas, do you understand the kind of power that you are giving to Thomas? They are not making people understand that. Why? Because they also want to capitalize on the ignorance of the people. They want to capitalize on that. It is sad, man. It is sad. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important parts. Subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.